Welcome to the Acorn Alchemy YouTube channel, where we discuss the shadowy aspects of life. This video is the second installment in a series called Using Tarot for Shadow Work. In this series, we are examining the tarot archetypes through the lens of the shadow. In this segment, we will set the foundation for using tarot for shadow work and explore the first 5 archetypes of the major arcana. Please note that each archetype shadow can emerge for many reasons. I will not cover the depth of each shadow in this video series, but merely provide an overview. More in-depth analysis of each archetype shadow will be available in future offerings on this channel. In the first video, we discussed how difficult it is to surface experiences hidden in our unconscious mind. Many people need assistance with tapping into these repressed thoughts and memories. This series suggests using tarot as one of the many tools available for this type of inner work. The first question we will consider is, how does tarot assist you with self-examination and shadow work? To answer that question, let's consider tarot as a form of epistemology that helps us to get to know ourselves more intimately. Epistemology examines, among other things, the sources of knowledge. The question at the heart of epistemology is, how do you know what you know? So I will ask you, how do you know what you know about yourself? The 78 cards in the tarot deck symbolically represent universal aspects of the human psyche through the use of archetypes. These archetypes are divided into 2 parts, the major and minor arcana. The major arcana is composed of 22 archetypal energies that mark significant experiences in the human journey. The minor arcana is composed of 56 archetypal energies that add clarity and detail to the themes expressed in the major arcana. The tarot archetypes provide a framework for observing, understanding, and integrating aspects of our minds. The major and minor arcana provide a lens through which to examine our experiences, behaviors, emotions, and thought patterns. Because the unconscious mind is often repressed, using a tool like tarot to uncover and explore these memories and experiences could be very beneficial. The Fool is the first archetype in the major arcana. The image of this archetype is often depicted as someone standing at the edge of a cliff. The imagery is designed to indicate initiation. The Fool is at the precipice of a journey that has not yet commenced. The next step the Fool takes will launch him into his journey towards self-actualization. However, sometimes fear and anxiety strike when we are on the precipice of something great. Self-doubt, anxiety, and insecurity may creep in just as we are about to take the initial step. The shadow aspect of the Fool can appear when we fail to answer the call or deny our instincts and intuition. This archetype shadow may alert us to our fears or limiting beliefs. The Magician guards the conscious mind and is instrumental in the process of shaping our ego and persona. As you hopefully recall from the first video in this series, The conscious mind creates and projects our personalities while simultaneously masking the parts of ourselves we wish to keep hidden. The magician archetype helps us to understand that the creation and projection of masks is sometimes necessary to pursue positive interactions and interpersonal experiences. There is no shame in cultivating and donning a mask. The mask we create can quite literally be a lifesaver that helps us to survive life's turbulence. However, the shadow of this archetype emerges when we forget we are wearing the mask. Prolonged mask wearing can lead to a loss of your true identity, a loss of your authentic self. Permanently dwelling in these false realities indicates that we have fallen victim to the matrix of the mind, and we need to find a way back to our true self. The High Priestess is critical to shadow work because she is the guardian of our unconscious mind. She is the keeper of our deepest, darkest secrets, repressed memories, and emotions. The High Priestess holds these precious elements of our psyche and beckons us to sit with her as she guides us through deep introspection. The shadow of this archetype emerges when we continue to ignore the elements of the unconscious mind that are struggling to surface. The shadow appears to alert us of needed contemplation in the form of triggered emotions. The shadow's alarm crescendos if we turn a deaf ear to the messages encoded in those emotions. You will need resilience and determination to complete the task the High Priestess proposes. But the treasures that await you at the end of this journey are worth the work because they were designed specifically for you. The Empress is the archetype that encourages us to allow our authentic expressions to be our offering to the collective.
Find your sound because it's already with you. You have to meet yourself. You have to discover yourself. It's like an introduction to who you are as you learn more. You have to be okay with sounding bad for a long time. If it excites you or even if it doesn't, it's experimental for you. Do it. I spent a long time just playing in the top 2 octaves of the piano, trying to figure out how do I make that sound, how do I discover something is here for me. I feel like there's something that I started to find some sounds that I like. Oh, the celestial thing too. Very imaginative.
The Empress is empowering us to find our sound. So through the lens of the shadow, this archetype emerges when we have difficulty tapping into our unique expressions, or when we are unable to identify and align with our distinct path. For it is often during these times that we start moving through life attempting to follow in the footsteps of others, or we feel forced to travel down more traditional and established paths rather than carving out our own. The shadow of the Empress emerges to notify us that we have veered a bit off our path. She wants us to break away from the pack and do the work required to find the role that was specifically designed for us. She encourages us to find our unique gifts and talents by focusing on our personal journeys of self-discovery and uncovering our passions. The Emperor is the guardian of the terrestrial world, and he reminds us that we have the authority and dominion over many aspects of our lives. This archetype encourages us to shape our environments by setting boundaries and restricting access. Shielding yourself from wasted time, money, and energy will help you to maintain control and dominion over your life. The Emperor encourages us to be acutely mindful of who and what we allow into our lives. This includes people, ideas, perspectives, morals, values, and expectations. Being cognizant of these influences is crucial for our growth and development. Through the lens of the shadow, the Emperor emerges as a powerful force when we continue to entertain things that do not serve our greater good. The shadow appears as a reminder that we have the power to break free from the things that we feel bind or restrict our growth and development. We have a choice to break ties to relationships or conditionings that keep us stagnant and unable to progress on our path. There are certainly life experiences that are beyond our control, but the Emperor encourages us to control the things we can. In the next video, we will continue our examination of the major arcana and look specifically at the Hierophant, Lovers, Chariot, Strength, and Hermit. If you are on your own journey through the shadows and this topic interests you, please like and subscribe to receive notifications for future uploads.